Hi guys, it's Lore here at Lore Stitches on YouTube and also at Lore Stitches over on Instagram. We are here on a Saturday morning. Gosh, I don't even know what day it is. 16th of September. I'm a little bit late. I usually film these on Fridays, but yesterday was kind of crazy. So today we are here for Flosstube number 13, Spooky 13. So if you're a returning viewer, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, this is a channel where I talk about cross stitch. Welcome, and I hope you find something that you like and stick around. Okay, so usually I film on Fridays, and I try to get it uploaded everything on Fridays. But yesterday I had hair and lashes appointment, so I had to get the purple back in my hair because it was fading to gray. It does that sometimes. And I'm going on vacation here in a few weeks, so I wanted to get that updated. And I got in the horrible habit of having lash extensions on. And then for several months I went without them, and I just look tired all the time if I don't have them. That's the horrible thing about getting something like that done, is once you do it, you can't undo it. I know that sounds crazy, but luckily I live in a teeny tiny rural town, and we have an amazing lash technician here that is like right across the street from where I work. And she charges like $45 for a fill, so it's not hundreds of dollars like all these people have to pay for in big cities. So thankfully, she does an amazing job, and I love her. So anyway, I had that appointment yesterday and got that done. We were trying to tone down some of the red in my hair, and it didn't work so well. So I think next time we're going to color it maybe to like this sort of a color down here. I don't know. Purple is my most favorite color. And I never did this until my mom passed away. And she died at the age of 65, which is way too young, of brain cancer, which was totally a shock. Something that she was diagnosed with and died within 12 months. It was very fast. And I decided at that time, like, why don't you do something that you want to do? Life's too short. You never know when it could be the last thing. So, yeah, I decided to do this, and I've kind of done a rendition of this ever since. My hair used to be platinum blonde, and then we started with this at the bottom, but I went back to my natural color. I actually did full-on purple for a while, but being a nurse practitioner, I kind of had these like fighting parts of my personality, like professional look versus, doing something that I want to do. I don't know. So I'm going with half and half because I can kind of like put it up and then you don't see it as much, or, put it in braids and then it's kind of hidden in with things. But yeah, I love it. I will keep it as long as I can. Luckily, my organization doesn't have a policy about hair colors that are not natural, thankfully, because I know that that's in a lot of policies. They also don't have a policy about tattoos, which is amazing. So yeah, I am grateful to be able to do this and enjoy it. And now, if for some weird reason it fades out and it doesn't look like that, my patients will come in and be like, "What's wrong with your hair? Why is it your hair like that?" So at first, some of the older people were like, not sure about that. But then some of them were like, I wish I could do that. And I'm like, you can do it. Just do what makes you happy. So anyway, enough about my hair. That's just the reason why I was busy yesterday morning. And then yesterday afternoon, I had to wait for the windshield guys come to fix my Jeep. I got a rock to my Jeep windshield. And I had kind of let it go for a couple of weeks. And of course, it's right in my eye vision, like while I'm driving. But I needed to get it fixed because the cooler weather's coming. We're down in the 40s at night. And I'm afraid it's going to crack and spread all the way across the windshield. So I just needed to get it fixed. So they came out at about 2. And then I needed to water some plants that I had planted last weekend. Because we decided... not randomly. I don't even know how to say that. Around Mother's Day, we went up to my in-laws' house, and my mother-in-law's neighbor has this pond behind their house, and behind that they have a field where they've cut paths through it, and they drive their golf cart through it because they're older. And she said, "Oh, you should do something like this with your field." And we have 5-acre field behind our house. We're on 10 acres, so 5 acres we mow down, and our house sits kind of in the back middle of that. And then we have 5 more acres in the back that the local farmers used to bale up for hay and take, but we asked them this year not to do that because we were mowing down a lot of milkweed, and I wanted butterflies and natural habitat for the monarchs and all of that. So we had it grow this year. And then we thought that'd be really cool to do in our field, but our field has 0 trees. We have tree border on 3 sides of it, and then the open side is facing the back of our home. And so we thought, well, it'd be cool to kind of plant some trees or plant some little things, and you can walk through there, get some exercise, maybe put some benches where you can sit down, etc. So one of our local nurseries had a 50% off tree and shrub sale. And so I went over and I grabbed an autumn sunset maple. So that turns bright red in the fall. I have a double row of silver maples that make an sort of an archway where we can drive our 4-wheeler through it and then back to the woods behind the field. And so this will be really pretty against those yellowy kind of colors in the fall. And then I got a tulip tree. I've always wanted a tulip tree, and they grow really tall. And then I got a couple of green giant arborvitaes. So we planted some of those, and we kind of mowed a start of a path out in the field. And then we put a trumpet vine in right where we're going to do the entrance. And my husband's going to build a trellis arbor there, so the trumpet vine can grow over the top of that. And maybe put some like hydrangeas all along the front or something, because they have the limelight hydrangeas, which can get like 6 to 8 feet tall. My husband just texted me. I said, it's going to rain tomorrow. Do you want to do something this afternoon? But he works this morning. So he just texted me back and said, what did you have in mind? So I know he's hesitant. But anyway, sorry, squirrel. Anyway, so we did a lot of planting last weekend, and then I had started to put some hydrangeas at the front of our property to kind of give us some privacy from the road, just because we had a tree fall down in one of the storms earlier this spring. And so I put some hydrangeas up there that get about 6 to 8 feet tall. So we did a whole lot of planting last weekend. Sorry, that was my dog. That was Loki. He's my oldest. Anyway, so because of that, yesterday, after the people left that were working on my Jeep, I had to go out and water the 4 trees we planted in the back, plus the trumpet vine, the 7 weeping willow starts that I planted about a month and a half ago, the 7 hydrangeas I planted in the front of the house. Then I had planted it's not a spirea. It might be a weigela. I think that's how you say it. I'm not real sure. I planted a couple of those in front of the dog's side yard. And then some other little plants. Regardless, I was trying to get all that watering done. So I did that. And then it was about 3. And I was like, should I stitch or should I do my video? But then I realized I needed to draw my winners from the 2 weeks ago. So I was able to do that, and I've got pictures of the winners. And yeah, so about that time, my husband's getting off. We're trying to decide what to eat. I've got to cook, blah, 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 whatever. Anyway, so Saturday morning now. My husband's at work. All the puppies are in here with me, so you can see that looks like Indy there. Yep, that's Indy. I've got Leia, Willow, Lila, and Loki laying down at my feet. Indy's the youngest, so he still kind of gets into everything. Anyway, so we'll talk about the winners at the end of the video. But first, we're going to talk about some whips. I did have a new start. We talked last time about how I was going to start Jack's Bash. So I did start Jack's Bash. I'm keeping it in my Garon Tottenbags Halloween bag here. And Jack's Bash looks like this. It's Plum Street Samplers. And I did 153 stitches. So really, I just started on this flower up at the top here. It's in the called for colors. That Needleminder, I'd have to see where I got that from. I never finish anything and then it stops because I feel like that resonates with me. This is one of my fabrics, a Dragon's Mist Mystique, so it's kind of blue with gray tones in it. So yeah, I got Jack's Bash started. Again, not very much, but I got something going on it, so... And then as far as whips go, I did pull out my Snail slime. That's the hands-on design, Scary Apothecary. It's this one here. Leia, she's just panting like crazy. I'm going to insert a picture of what it looked like last time here. Lay down. Lay down. And this is what it looks like now. So I think I had the SN done, so I finished the AIL and started on the S and the slime down below. This is just on 14 count white Aida. And the Needleminder is by Dissent Stitch on Etsy. It's the Plague Doctor. After COVID, I kind of felt like that. But anyway, so not too much progress, but some. Oops, I better put that in there. You guys all had some really good ideas too. I had asked about how you keep track of your stitches. I don't even think I kept track of that one because I'm working on a paper chart. And usually I work on a electronic chart where I highlight as I go. The last whip I worked on was a Whip Go whip. So it is Blackbird Designs Away We Ride. So this is what it looks like. So pretty. Remember how I said I'm not a sampler person, but then here I'm pulling out Blackbird Designs Away We Ride, and I'm also pulling out Jack's Bash Plum Street samplers. So I feel like sometimes I find one that just resonates and I'm like, whoa, I love that. Usually because I see someone stitching it on Flosstube. Now, I just watched Jessie Marie from Jessie Marie Does Stuff, and she had hers framed in her 2 videos before her last one. It was a really long hour and some, but right at the beginning she pulls it out and it was framed, and she had done this framing with this burgundy colored mat. So pretty. Anyway, so she had hers done, but yep, this is where I was. My Whip Go goal, I went and looked it up because I couldn't remember exactly what it was, and I actually thought that it was to get this whole top section done, including this, so that when I'm ready to go, I'm ready to start on the house and the birds. But it wasn't. All I had down was the inside zigzag border and the words. So I actually did more than I thought I was going to. So let me show you where I was last time on this project. And this is done on Picture This Plus Legacy Lugana. It's hard to see and see where I'm holding things up at. So yeah, I actually, whoops, and of course I have a strand all the way up here. Sorry about that. So even, I did more than just the zigzag border and the words. Yeah, I got all the way down to the whole top section here. So then it's all the stars and the crows and the house and all that stuff. So my Whip Go goal is complete, and it was this one right here in this corner. So I was able to mark that one off, and I can now put this one away. This is a ClaybyKim Needleminder with one of her dragons. I realized, I think, the reason why I don't like samplers so much is the colors are so dull. So, for example, I was so sick of stitching in brown and black tones. That's the majority of what this is. When I got to that little bit of orange right there, I was so excited. And then I whipped through it so fast and I had to go back to black and brown. So I'm kind of happy to be done with these sections. The border still obviously is black and brown, but at least the stars and the house are a little bit different color. So I'll have something different to kind of stitch on when I get this back out. But for now, this one is going away. And those are all my whips. So I didn't get much. Like I said, last weekend we were outside planting things most all of Sunday. So I did have some haul to show you all. And it's mostly just... I saw Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch. She had these wordplay by Brenda Gervais, and she has got like a tin bucket, and she put magnets on it, and then she finished these and had magnets on those so she can kind of flip them out and just rotate them depending on what the season is. I only picked up 4 of them. I picked up March, May, August, and October. I'd really like to get all of them probably, but I really liked the ones that had stuff to do with flowers on them. And then October because Halloween. So anyway, so that's March. This one's May. So it talks about potting, flower garden. Super cute. And I think they'd be quick to do. They are... Where's the stitch count at? I'm sure it's on here. Might help if I have this. 127 by 72. So a little bit bigger than the apothecary ones. This one is August, and this is the one that I saw that she had up. And I just thought it was cool because it talks about, or it shows some of the flowers I really like. The sunflowers, the bee balm. I have several bee balms in my front garden. And I had a whole sunflower patch that we just pulled it down. And I'm going to try to get the seeds off of them. And then October, of course, because I love Halloween. So I picked those up. And then I also picked up from Etsy. I went to Hello from Liz Matthews. I really like her designs. And I ended up picking up about 7 of hers. One is, I gotta find them because I saved them. Again, this would be helpful instead of me squinting here. Gotta love getting older. This one I thought was pretty appropriate. Oh, I must have flowers always, always. I really like that. So that one should be fairly easy. It's just some words. And then I got the Forget-Me-Nots. Oh, there we go. And then the Gifts from My Garden is the next one. It looks like this. I already have her autumn cloche and her butterfly cloche. So I had already fallen in love with some of her designs, and then I had to pick up these. The Quaker Pumpkins is beautiful. And I saw this done by the Museum Stitcher. So pretty. She already has it done now. But beautiful. And then there's another Halloween one that I bought by her. And then I realized when I tried to save it, I already had it. I did pick up the Vanity sampler because while this wouldn't be my normal thing that I would work on, Cam the Stitcher, yes, has done a goth conversion in like pinks and purples and blacks or grays, and I love that. It's so pretty. Wildflowers was another one I got. But there was a Halloween one that I picked up. I think it was Sleepy Hollow. This one. So pretty. So, I already had this when I went to save it. I was so upset. I don't know if that was 7 or not, but I got 7 of them. One of them was a repeat. And I picked those up a couple weeks ago, but I hadn't downloaded them yet. So I did get them downloaded and saved so that when I want to start those, I can. As far as plans go, last Saturday, my friend from college and I did a stitchy meetup again. And so we stitched from about 9 a.m. is when we met. And I think we ended up getting off of there between 1 and 2. And I worked on my Away We Ride. She has a bunch of full coverage pieces she was working on trying to hit her Whip Go goals. So we were just chit-chatting and doing that, and that was fantastic. We were kind of talking about the things that people have done, and one of the people that we were talking about was Jen Lee, and she is, I'm going to put her Instagram name down below. It's like Quirks and Cross Stitches, or oh my gosh, I'm so getting that wrong, and I look at it all the time, so I'm ridiculous for not knowing that. And if she ever watches, I apologize wholeheartedly, because she does the 24 hours of cross stitch, which I don't ever participate in because, number one, I feel like I can't stay up for 24 hours straight, but I know you can also do like 24 hours over the whole weekend, and I don't ever seem to have that much time to do 24 hours over a whole weekend. So I haven't ever participated in that, but I love watching her YouTube, her Flosstube, when it's her and her mom doing those, and they get the giggles, and it cracks me up. Like, I'll be watching it in bed or something, like right before I fall asleep, and they start laughing and I start laughing, and then my husband gets irritated because I'm laughing, but oh well, he loves me. But anyway, she had done last year, I think, 222 new starts for 2022. And so we were kind of talking about some of those things, and I said, I kind of want to do 50 before 50. And I have enough whips. I used to have only 27, and I know I've started several in the last couple of weeks or couple of months. So I've got to be over 30 now. But I did finish one, so hey, -1. Anyway, so I will be 49 in February. And so I think starting that day, I am going to try to start 50 new projects before I turn 50. So that's been something that's just rumbling around in my head, nothing concrete yet. I have a bunch that's kitted over here anyway, but I haven't specifically laid down any plans. Maybe I will later this year, but that's just something that's in the future running through my head. The problem with me is, and I've said this many times, I'm a mood stitcher. So if I'm not in the mood for it, I won't do it. And so it's hard for me to really make plans like that. Although maybe not so hard, because people come out with stuff and you're like, I want to start that right now. So, it might be fine. If I make a list of 50 projects that I would want to start, I probably will not stick to that. Just like I made a list at the beginning of this year of 12 pieces I wanted to start. And I know I've bumped some of those and they're still kitted, but I have not started them yet. So anyway, it is what it is, right? When you're a mood stitcher, it's hard. But I will do Whip Go again next year, and I want to try to do that 50 before 50. In the immediate plans for the rest of this month, I'm not really doing a sampler September. I kind of already did, I guess, since I did Away We Ride and I did Jack's Bash. I don't know if I have any other samplers. I would have to look. Anyway, so I think next I will try my hardest to pull out a full coverage and work on it. Again, I have to be really in the mood to do that, but I have multiple full coverages that have been called for Whip Go that I have not worked on yet. So the guide with my wolf is one of them. Revelation, which is the fairy from Sheila Wolk, Heaven and Earth Designs, is another one. Supernatural Bride is another one. All three of those have been called. Mini Sleepy Hollow. Yeah, Mini Sleepy Hollow has also been called. So that's Halloweenish. I might feel like doing that. I need to do 1,000 stitches on each of them. And on any other project, I can do 1,000 stitches pretty quickly. In fact, on Away We Ride, I did tally my stitches. I did 1,164 stitches on Away We Ride before I put it up. Still trying to figure out the best way for me to do that. You guys had lots of great ideas in your comments, so I will look at a lot of those. I was thinking about even making like a template of some sort and printing that out, one for each project, and then keeping track of it. But we'll see. I'm still ruminating, SAT word or something, on how to do that. So let's get to the giveaways. So I took pictures of, I did the YouTube comment picker, and I took pictures, and the first one is this Halloween bag by Garon Tottenbags. It is a bigger bag, and then in it I had put Glendon Place's Grim Glum and Gloom, the Cross-Eyed Cricket Skeleton Crew, and then I put in a DMC E940, I think it is. Yeah, which is glow-in-the-dark thread. And that went to Stephanie Wingett. I hope I'm saying that right. So I will reply to your comment below. I will also have my email below in the description box so that you can email me your information and I will get that sent out to you. So I did not respond to any of the messages because a lot of you were talking about Halloween stuff, and then I would say Halloween and I didn't want my comment to be put in the comment picker. So I did not respond. So I will do that. And then the other one was the Sweetheart Tree Weeping Violets. This is Adopt a Whip, and it has the floss, the beads, and what I've started on this piece of fabric. And that went to Christina Land, is the one who won the Adopt a Whip. So congratulations to both of you. If you will email me at my email address below in the description box, I will get those sent out to you. I will run over one day on lunch at work and try to get those in the mailbox. So let me know. I am going to have you guys get with me within the next 2 weeks. And if you still haven't gotten back with me, then I will redraw. So yeah, just get back with me. Let me know your address so I can get those in the mail. I'm super excited. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for liking and subscribing, and I hope you guys enjoy the content, and please let me know if there is anything else you guys would like to see. Otherwise, I am gonna sign off of here and get some stitching done. We will see you guys in a couple of weeks. Bye.